the most magnificent tomb made for his second wife, and I'm going to take you inside.
The tomb for MERESANKH is closed, so just waiting for them to go and get the guy with the key so I can go inside.
MERESANKH was the second wife of Pharaoh Khafra. Her majestic tomb is one of the best for a queen in all of Egypt. Her chapel has a wall with statues of 10 women to accompany the queen, presumably her ladies-in-waiting, or her children, family members, and king's wives. The absolute highlight of the tomb is a wall featuring MERESANKH in the middle, with all 6 of her children around her. Her eldest son, Nebemakht, who became Khafra's vizier. Her youngest daughter and son are shown at her feet, one holding the royal hoopoe bird. MERESANKH is shown wearing a white and yellow dress with a cat's face on her hip, and a short cropped hairstyle. She holds the queenly implements. Before her are the titles She Who Sees the God Horus and Set. Yet another strong woman is shown before MERESANKH, an elegant and regal woman, another queen whose appearance fascinates the imagination. Many Egyptologists suggest that this is Hetepheres II, the mother of MERESANKH. However, Hetepheres II is shown in the tomb already on the opposite wall. The mother and daughter are shown sailing on a boat together, MERESANKH behind her mother. And she has long black hair. Unlike the woman with the short blonde hair, Hetepheres II is always shown with long hair, even on a statue of her and MERESANKH. In my opinion, this blonde-haired lady named Hetepheres is none other than the mother of Khufu, Hetepheres I, leading MERESANKH, her great-granddaughter, into the next life. We have Hetepheres here shown with the blonde hair. Oh, it's died. Shown with the blonde hair over here, and these strange pointed shoulder pads, almost something like out of the 80s. Opposite this is the father of MERESANKH and the son of Khufu that died too soon and didn't fulfill his destiny to become the next pharaoh, Kawab. He is seen holding a staff, while symbolically leading in a parade of offerings into the tomb of his daughter, capturing birds of the marshes, where he recounts.
MERESANKH pulls papyrus for Hathor in the marshland with her mother. They see every good thing which is in the marsh.
A row of men and women bearing offering baskets for her from Khafra, Jedefra, and her grandfather Khufu. A fleet of boats are seen transporting the queen. She is shown under a canopy and seated on a throne, and craftsmen are shown making spirit statues of MERESANKH. On the queen's false door, she is seated on a lion throne. The door where her spirit could visit the tomb to receive these offerings. These offerings, led into the tomb by Kawab, were collated in spirit by her chief steward, Kemetnu, who is shown several times in her tomb. At the entrance, he is shown reading a papyrus before the queen, who is standing with the jackal god Anubis above. Reri, another steward, on the other side, bringing in a hyena to the queen. These canine creatures were connected to the leader of the dead into the next life. Through the arch, we enter her inner sanctum, where once a year the sun would light up a second false door, energizing her spirit. This room leads us down into the queen's once sealed burial chamber.
I'm inside the burial chamber, deep below the tomb of MERESANKH, the princess. The lights have just gone out, which is a little concerning, but I wanted to show everybody what was found in this tomb. This is MERESANKH's sarcophagus, her stone sarcophagus, which had been plundered in ancient times. This is the remains of MERESANKH inside her sarcophagus, all pulled to pieces. This is quite sad to see, because the people came in here looking for gold and they ripped her body apart to find all the gold inside. And this is the skull of MERESANKH, the skull that was found in this very room I'm in right now, in the dark, with no electricity. This is the princess. We're coming face to face with her in her final resting place. It's quite something to be face to face with MERESANKH. And this is a list of all the things that were found in the tomb of MERESANKH. And this tells us that all the gold was taken out, because all that was left over was her sarcophagus, a wooden false door, and some stone statues and stone vases. But this, in here, tells us more about the princess than any other thing inside this tomb. The bones of this princess, what was remaining, is what tells us more than any of the decorations on her tomb. You can hear the echo. I think I'm just going to have a moment to myself. Even though MERESANKH's burial chamber is not decorated, it has these quartz crystals inside the stone, so that when they left the candle burning in the tomb, as they left, all of these would have been twinkling, these little shiny stones, like the night sky for Princess MERESANKH.
Texts in her tomb read,
Great favorite of Pharaoh, priestess of Hathor, mistress of Dendera, the companion of Horus, beloved of him. May she proceed in peace upon the paths on which an honored one proceeds, having gone well with her in the sight of the great God. May offerings go forth to her at the first day of the festival, MERESANKH, she who loves life, one who is noble in the sight of Anubis.
When her tomb was sealed, her soul would hopefully fly up to be greeted by a set of motherly figures, whom would protect and look over the Queen's final burial site. To record for eternity, the Queen had scribes carved into the walls. Scribes were heavily important in ancient Egypt. They would take dictation from the king or officials, send international correspondence, assist with diplomacy, study religious texts, and compel the words of the gods, something MERESANKH wanted to ensure. The sad thing is, MERESANKH died middle-aged, presumably from silent sinus syndrome, evident in her skull, causing mucus to build up and breathing difficulties. She died just after her husband Khafra, before her tomb was ready, yet the successor king had her tomb completed, and she was buried 275 days after her death.